All right, so I got the sugar and the baked good apple pie filling all mixed together, and I just set that aside. And then I realized that I did not soften my butter. So here is a little tip for you. You just make sure you've got a glass that's tall enough to cover the stick of butter. Fill it with water. Put it in the microwave till it's, boiling, just so it's really hot. And carefully take it out. Use some pot holders. Dump the water out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put your stick of butter in a dish and put the hot glass over the stick of butter. So now you have softened butter and you are good to go. So I now will be able to complete this without melting it and just making a mess. So I always have butter on the counter, but apparently I didn't have enough this time. So there you go. A little tip hack thrown in. No charge for that, you guys. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Chris from Meats, Beats, and Bubbles. And I am going to make a apple cinnamon coffee cake this morning. I was listening to the Hungry Girl podcast, and she's got great stuff on there about food swaps, ways to lose weight, things that are snacks that are lower calorie. So I take some of her tips, and they always have what they call a chew and tell, and where they taste things from various markets like Trader Joe's and Aldi and Walmart, and I'm sure there's probably a few others in there too. But anyway, you can find her on the Hungry Girl on podcast. If you guys listen to podcasts, I love them. So I'm kind of a fan of those, especially when I'm driving. And she was talking about this product, and it was called BakeGood apple pie filling, and about how it was so low calorie, but it was really tasty. So I'm going to give this a taste, and then I'm going to use this in the cake. So this is what the jar looks like here. And they have some other products too. I think they even have some flowers and stuff like that. So you can check them out. It's called BakeGood. They've got some big chunky pieces of apple. Looks like a good amount of cinnamon in there. And let's taste it. Yeah, the apple's not totally mush. And it's pretty tasty. I don't know that they put any sweetener in it. So it's not super sweet. So depending on what you like it for, it'd be perfect in oatmeal, or just even if you were wanted a quick little apple pie. And just put in, you can even use some of the phyllo dough shells and just put a dab in there and put them in the oven, and it's good to go for a last quick minute deal. So I found this jar at Walmart, and I've since found it other places too. I can't remember exactly where, but I ended up picking up a couple more jars. So because this isn't super sweet, I'm going to add this to some regular granulated sugar. And you could use whatever sweetener. If you're, use monk fruit, use the sugar substitute. Just make sure you're using the kind that you could do, convert the ratio, or it's 1-to-1. So monk fruit, the kind I have, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You just use it just like regular white sugar. So, and I did the math too. So I looked at the Comstock apple pie filling, and that was about 30 calories per ounce. And then when I did it for the BakeGood, it's 12 calories per ounce. So you can see that's more than half the calories in there. So now it's going to bump it up, adding the sugar. But if you wanted to use it in just straight out of the jar, it's a huge calorie savings, especially if you aren't a fan of the sweet stuff. So let's get this to mixing. Okay, guys, so now you can see how easy this butter is once it's softened. And I took that stick out right before I was going to do this video. And so it's absolutely softened. You could spread it on your toast. And so what we're doing is we're just using our fork to mix that butter in. We're just going to make some coarse crumbles. So what that was that was a 1/4 cup of butter. And we're just going to mix it. You know, feel free. Get in there if you like to mess. Use your fingers. All right, guys, I've got that mixed in. And in that bowl, it was just basically some flour and some sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and then, of course, then the butter. So we've got that in there. It's a coarse crumble. And now we're going to add our 1 egg to it. And quick wipe my hands here. Add the 1 egg, and we're going to add in some plain Greek yogurt. So we're also kind of watching the calories on that too. I love it when I could find something super tasty, but also where the calories are a little bit lower. And then just a teaspoon. I'm hoping Hannah's friends will bring me some of this. It's a teaspoon of vanilla, sorry. But this is my favorite. This is something that we had in my house growing up. My mom always had, and I just love the flavor of it. It's the Mexican vanilla. It's a little bit richer, I think, than the regular. Of course, it's a little bit more budget friendly because you're getting it across the border. I know that there's probably people that would be like using the real good stuff, like the Tahitian vanilla. They would probably differ with me. But I have not found that I've missed having a super, super expensive vanilla. But maybe that's because my palate isn't as refined as theirs. So I'm just going to finish mixing this dough up here. It's a really thick dough. All right, guys, so I've got that batter mixed up. It's really like a cookie dough is more the consistency. But I did want to show you how soft that butter gets after using the water glass trick. So just to show you that it absolutely works. And I think it was mainly just no more than 5 minutes that I had that on there. So what I need to do now is just to get this is the crumble. And basically what's in the crumble is I used all-purpose. The recipe that I found, just because I wanted to make sure I was doing something that was maybe already tested with these the BakeGood apple filling. So I grabbed the recipe off their website. And what it says is, of course, they make almond flour, so they're going to pitch their almond flour. But you can just substitute all-purpose. And luckily, we don't have anybody that is gluten-free or has celiacs or anything like that. Now, I do know people that have it, and so certainly if I was having somebody like that for dinner, I would definitely do the substitute and use the almond flour. But this is what I had on hand. And so anyway, we've got our crumble now. And so what we're going to do is in an 8x8 pan, we're going to take and we're going to spread half of this batter or dough right into that. So we're going to put in the batter in the bottom, half of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the filling in there. So this was just the BakeGood filling with the sugar in it. And we're going to put that in between on the layer of the batter and then the apple filling. And then we're going to put the rest of the batter on there. And then we're going to coat it or cover it with the crumb mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just get that going. And I sprayed, it was an 8x8 pan that I sprayed already. So I'll be right back at you. All right, guys, here's the finished product using the BakeGood apple pie filling. But there's a piece missing. So I have a special guest who's going to be my taste tester. So everybody say hi to John. All right. Give us a taste.
All right. I want to get some of the good stuff here. All right. So let's see. Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Very good.
You're not talking with your mouth full?
Nope.
So is it 2 thumbs up?
It would be if my hands weren't full.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say?
That's it.
That's it? No other descriptors on it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, you get the first piece. So,
thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for chiming in. And you can find us, well, sometimes John, at meatsbeatsandbubbles.com. You find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. As always, like and subscribe and leave your comments. All right. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.